Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. On this channel I strive to motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. And today's episode is really no different. I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people from all walks of life are struggling with, and that is negative thinking, and why you should never allow the enemy to keep you controlled in your thinking. Now, as you all know, that a negative mind will never give you a positive life. And in the famous words and wise words of the King Solomon, he said that you should guard your heart diligently against all things, for out of it flows the issues of life. And it really starts right there. It starts in your mind, in your thinking. And that's why you should be careful what you look at, what you listen to, and what you allow your mind to dwell on. You know, as human beings, we are visual beings. Scientists believe the brain can process up to 400 million bytes per second at a speed of 187,000 miles per hour. That's a mouthful. And you know, whether that figure is exactly true or not, that's not the point. The point is, the brain is powerful. It is fast. It just has that a lot of impact in and on our lives. You know, the brain paints pictures. If I say elephant, you see one. If I say red apple, you see one. It is just that powerful. And that's why, as human beings, we should guard our heart. Guard at what you listen to, what you look at. And that is what this episode is really all about. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 powerful ways that will help you to stray away, to prevent negative thinking. And you know, this episode I would advise you to share it widely, to like my video, to share it, and to please subscribe to my channel as well. I'm sure a lot of people under the circumstances at this very moment in time can benefit from the content of this video. And I would advise you to pay particular attention to point 3 and 5 on this video, and please watch it throughout. So the first thing is recognize and step back from negative thought patterns. If you can understand your thoughts, it is possible to begin controlling the outcomes that they are having on you. So take a moment to assess how you think right now. Do you tend to be optimistic, or do you tend to adopt a more negative point of view? Do you approach situations positively or negatively? These are the types of questions you can ask yourself to help shine some light on your thinking style. And the reality is, we live in a cruel, crazy, yet beautiful world. We live in a world that is both scary but exciting. We live in a world that makes us very vulnerable at times. And stop making mountains out of molehills. Ask yourself the question, will this matter in 5 years or even 5 weeks? Ask yourself, should I take this seriously? This most often leads to me to say, well, no, I honestly shouldn't. Because at the moment in time, I'm tired or hungry or overworked. And so negativity can try to cloud my mind. You're just in a vulnerable state. And that's why it's important for you to recognize and step back from negative thought patterns. Number 2 is challenge your negative thoughts. You've got to change the way that you think. That is the whole determining factor of where you go and end up in life. You know, I heard this story once. I think it was Steve Harvey. I can't remember exactly. But it was so profound and it made complete sense to me. He said that the mind, your brain, is divided into 2 halves. 1 half positive, 1 half negative. Good and evil. And that there is no grey areas. He said that at each end, each half has 1 million factory workers. And at the forefront of each of those 1 million factory workers is a foreman. But remember, you are the boss. You are always in control. So on the one side is foreman positive and the other side is foreman negative. And this is how it works. So you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, well, I'm not really a morning person. I'm not in a mood today. I don't feel good. I don't want to face this day. And then foreman negative hears this and he asks, what are you saying? And you just repeat it. I'm not in the mood today. Foreman Negative goes to the million factory workers on his side of the brain, and he calls all of them together saying that, listen up guys, the boss just woke up and he's not having a good day today, so let's get to work. And what that million factory workers does, they start to produce negative thoughts that justify what you just told Foreman Negative. And they start to say that, I don't really like my alarm clock. I don't really like the place and the area where I stay. I hate the traffic. I must go to work and I don't even like my job. I don't like the people. I hate them. I hate everything about my life. And that's how it's a snowball effect. But the opposite can happen. You can wake up every morning with an attitude of gratitude, saying that today is a great day to make a difference. Today is a great day to change someone's life, and I'm going to start with myself. Today is going to be a good day. I expect great things to happen. And then Foreman Positive hears this. And the complete opposite happens. He goes to all his workers, he's that half of the brain. He said, listen up guys, the boss, Leonard, just woke up. And he's expecting great things today. He's expecting beautiful blessings to come upon us all today. So let's get to work. And then Foreman Positive, with these million factory workers on the other side, start to produce positive thoughts. Thoughts like, yes, I don't have my dream home yet, but at least I have a roof over my head. Yes, I don't like my job, but at least I can provide for my family. Yes, I'm not in a good mood, but I just have to change. I have no choice. There's always somebody else that have it worse than what I'm having it. You see, the same brain, but two completely different outcomes. Change your attitude and change your altitude. And number 3 is learn how to cope with criticism. Now, lots of negative thinking occurs when someone criticizes us, and we begin to focus only on the negative things they say. We make up reasons as to why we aren't good enough. This is something that can easily be avoided by learning how to cope with criticism. One of the ways that I have been able to do this is by looking at criticism as opportunities rather than shortcomings. Questions that will help you feel better but also learn so you can grow are questions like, ask yourself, what's the one good thing about this situation? What's the one thing I can do differently the next time to likely have a better outcome? Or what's the one thing I can learn from this? Or how would my best friend support and help me in this situation? Now, the next powerful way that I believe will help you stop negative thinking is to master your fear. Now, I love the definition of fear that says that fear is false evidence appearing real. Our mind, as I mentioned earlier, is so powerful, but you should be very careful that your mind is not fixated on what could have happened. You worry, you are concerned, it leads to anxiety, etc. That's why you must guard and be very, very careful. If you are in a state of fear, you behave very differently, and it goes without saying, you will have different results. Many negative thoughts mostly flow from two directions. The first is dwelling on the past. Maybe you ruminate over mistakes, problems, guilt, and anything in your life that did not go the way you believe it should have gone. And the second is worrying about the future, fear of what may or may not happen for yourself, for others, or the planet. And this may take the form of stress over whether or not you will achieve goals, or anxiety about the security of your finances or relationships. Or perhaps you may be worrying about getting old. Whatever your particular negative thoughts are, notice that in order to engage in negative thought patterns, the mind needs to cast its focus mostly in the past or the future. And you can overcome fear by focusing on the positive and things that you are excited about. Now, it doesn't matter who you are. And please listen to me carefully. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how dark things look and how deep down that hole you think you are. And you might well be. Firstly, you can see me. You can physically see me. So you have eyes. And if you don't have eyes, you can listen to me. So you have ears. There's already two things to be grateful for. The other fact is there is always but always someone who has it worse than what you have. So believe me this, in the famous word of Zohan, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't matter where you are. And that's why that positive mindset is so important, and to stop that negative thinking. You know, they say that we shouldn't look back in anger or forward in fear, or in the future in fear, but around us in awareness. And last but not least, replace the negativity in your surroundings. This is simple yet powerful and easily overlooked. You should start questioning and ask yourself, who do you allow into your life, into your mind? Because that will have a profound effect on your life. And you should start to question yourself, who do I allow? What do I allow in my mind? Ask yourself, what are the top 3 sources of negativity in my life? It could be people or websites or magazines, situations, music, and so on. Then ask yourself, what can I do to spend less time with these 3 sources this week, today, or this month? And if you can't find ways to do that right now for all 3 of them, then take a smaller step and focus on doing that with just one of these sources. Then spend the time you freed up this week on more positive sources and people that are already in your life, or that you want to explore and perhaps make new connections with. Don't let vague fears drag you down. And bring positivity in someone else's life. Now, I've mentioned numerous times on this channel that there is no quick fixes. But let me share this with you. If you are down and under, if you are stressed, if you don't feel valued, if you don't feel appreciated, if you are sad, whatever it is, if you go out and make someone else's day, there is nothing as rewarding as that. Trust me on that one. I've done it numerous times. It works. It instantaneously changes your mood. It makes you feel better knowing that you brought a smile to someone else's face, that you've made someone else's day, even though you're not having a good day. There's just, as human beings, that's who we are. Be kind. It doesn't cost a thing. Help out. And by being kind, I mean, simple things. Just allow someone in your lane while driving. Give up your space in the checkout to the person behind you that you know they're in a hurry and you're not. Be kind. Help out. And we must learn to be more grateful for the things that we so often take for granted. Small little things. This is not rocket science. I know I may be making it over easy here, but we are human beings. We can make a change. We can make a difference. We have a choice. We're not like animals that operate on instinct. We have a brain. We can make the choice. And I hope and believe that these 5 powerful ways to stop negative thinking will really have a profound effect on your life. And if not for you, please share it with other people and people that you know that would be able to benefit from this video. Thank you so much, everybody, for once again joining me on today's episode. As usual, I really enjoy spending time with you all. Please remember, can I kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel, to like this video if you do like it, to share it, and leave your comments in the comments section below. Let me explain to you again why that is so important, to share, like, and comment. And of course to subscribe as well. That's good for the YouTube algorithms, and that way we will grow and we will be able to reach more people who you and I know can benefit from the contents of these videos. And if you want to subscribe, it's very easy. Just click that subscriber button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Please ensure that you click the all notifications, and that way you will be notified whenever I upload new content. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.